Hi, good afternoon. Robert Barry here once again, bringing you guys another very important video today. Today is going to be an awesome video for you guys. When I am done disseminating what I've crafted here today, you guys are going to have a greater understanding of the way the rich think versus the way that a poor-minded person thinks. Okay, which leads me to giving you my topic for today. And my topic for today is mindset and shifting your mindset. The way the rich think versus the poor. Okay, and what I'm going to do, because I jotted down quite a few illustrations, examples on how a poor person thinks and carry out their day versus the rich, and how they operate in life and in business in today's society. Okay, and so what I am going to do at this time, I am going to go through all of my illustrations, my examples, and as I go through, I will touch on some of the most important ones and actually break them down for you. Okay, so if you see me looking down, it's because I have prepared a whole heap of notes that I want to share with you, and I wish not to miss anything. Okay, and I will start by saying rich people believe in creating a life for themselves. The poor people believes that life just happened. Okay, and so what that is simply saying is that rich thinking people won't just sit back and allow life to just pass them by. Rich people, they wake up, minded thinking people, they wake up every morning, they have goals and they stick to it, and they are consistent whether they are successful or not. Okay, a poor thinking minded person gets up, maybe have one or two goals. If they don't get to it, then they don't get to it. They have no vision, they have no drive, no confidence, and they just doesn't have a care in the world. And you don't want to be in that category if you wish to be successful. Also, rich people play the money game big. Poor people play the money game not to lose, and I would like to elaborate on that one as well. Okay, so I will read it for you again. Rich people play the money game big. What that is simply saying is, if you are a thinking rich-minded person, you are going to put your all into whatever situation you are dealing with at that time. So for example, if there's a business venture that comes up, you are going to direct all of your finances, all of your energies, and all of your time in that particular business and you are going to do everything that is possible to make that business a success. And the poor person way of thinking is they are playing more defense, so to speak. And so I will read it for you so you have an understanding as to what I'm saying here. Poor people play the money game not to lose. So by reading that, what that says to me is the poor person already believe that they won't be successful, but they will still give it a try, and they don't want to lose. So if I invest $5, I know I'm not going to turn this $5 into profit, but I know that I'm not able to turn the $5 into 5,000, into 10,000, into 15,000. So I just give it a little effort, and whatever happens. That is not the right mind thinking if you want to be a successful person. Okay, rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people just want to be rich, and that also is a piggyback on whatever I would have just explained to you, on the previous point. Okay, rich people think big, poor people think small. Rich people focus on opportunities, poor people focus on obstacles. Okay, and so to this point, rich people are consistently and always open for new opportunities, new ideas, new investments, okay? Because they realize you cannot be successful and keep still. You always have to be adding value to yourself. And so you need to keep an open mind and keep an ear and eyes out looking for new innovative opportunities. And the poor people, they look for all of their excuses in every situation. They look for the negative part of things. I can't do this. What if this happened? I want, cut with the excuses. Rich people admire other rich and successful people. Poor people resent rich and unsuccessful people. How many of you out there today that are watching this video has a family member, friend, or associate that is very negative or has very negative commentary towards rich and successful people? How many? I'm sure you guys have at least 1, 2, or 3. Okay? And so you can always tell when someone has a poor thinking mentality. They don't like, or they have bad gestures towards rich and or successful people, and that's not a characteristic of a rich thinking person. And so you would want to refrain from moving in that direction. Rich people associate with positive people. Poor people associate themselves with negative and unsuccessful people. There you go again. I just alluded to this to this point. If you are a rich thinking person, you are going to hang around people that you can learn from, that will stretch your imagination. You will learn, get ideas, and you will be able to implement that in your everyday life and your business. Okay? Negative persons, of course, you guys come home, they're hanging on the blocks, they always want to party, they always have something negative to say about another person, which is not cool. In the Bahamas, we say that's a bunch of darkness. And so you don't want to hang or put yourself in the company of those kind of persons. Alright? And moving right along, rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Okay? That's another point that I just would have spoken about. If you are a positive minded rich person, you are going to invest in personal development. You're going to work on your mindset daily, your belief system, your self-esteem, your finances, your family life. These are the kind of things that rich minded persons invest in on a daily basis. Okay? Poor people think negative about selling and promotion. Okay? Rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. Rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are poor receivers. And so if you are a rich minded thinking individual and someone comes to you and they notice, and this is why it is so important to hang around people that are doing 10 times better than you. Because if that person that is doing 10 times better than you comes to you and said, listen, you're doing this wrong, you need to adjust this like this, you need to do that. That in the world, that is what we call constructive criticism. And so if you receive that well and you go ahead and you make the adjustment, you also thank the person for constructively correcting you. You are a positive, rich receiver. Someone else that is very negative would be disgruntled. They would start a fuss. They would be stubborn and just stick to what they were doing. And you don't want to be in that company. Okay? Rich people choose to get paid based on their results. Poor people choose to work based on their time. And I want to read that again because there's something that I want to touch on. Rich people choose to get paid based on their time. Poor people choose to get paid based on their results. So there are two things that I would like to touch on there. And the first two being, rich people get paid. They want to be paid based on their results. And so if their results are of low value that drives them to want to invest more time in whatever they need or deem necessary in order for them to get the best result. Because if I could get you the best results, or I can give the best results, my reward would be greater. Okay? And so poor people would trade their time and they are paid for services. Okay? And there's a guy, he's a very good gentleman. His name is Robert Kyosaki. And if you heard about the cash flow quadrant, I invite you to go over to YouTube, because he really breaks it down in depth, and you would understand what this is really talking about. Okay? And another thing that I want to bring to your attention, in both statements that I would have read just now, choose are the operative words in both of those statements. You live by the choices that you make. You choose to get up in the morning. You choose to go to work. Okay? You choose to be a business owner. You choose to be an entrepreneur. Okay? And so it is very important to make the right choices in life if you choose to be successful. Rich people think both. Poor people think either or. Okay? If I am a rich person, and I want both of them, you are not going to give me an option. You know, if I have to work hard to get both, then so be it. That is what is going to happen. I will not be given a choice either or. Okay? And moving right along, rich people think network. Poor people focus on their working income. Okay? So a poor thinking person just thinks about their salary that they are going to capitalize on from 9 to 5, which 9 times out of 10 is not even half enough to get them through their day-to-day living, and they are living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Rich people manage their money very well. Poor people mismanage their monies very well. I have never seen a rich-minded person or rich person in general that mismanage their funds that are still rich today. I'm sure you person that may be watching this video, you can think about 10, 20 famous people that were rich back in the day, and they are fighting for bankruptcy to this very day. Their mismanagement of their funds has them in a poor man's thinking, because they mismanage their monies very well, and that is not a good thing. Okay? Poor people work, rich people have their monies work hard for them. Poor people work hard for their money. And there too again is where the cash flow quadrant by Mr. Robert Kyosaki comes in, ladies and gentlemen, to understand this as well. If you make money, you should allow your monies to work for you. That takes less energy from you, and you are able to focus on other things. And so I invite you to go on over to YouTube, Google, and look for the cash flow quadrant. Okay? Poor people act in spite of fear. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people allow fear to stop them. Okay? And so for a person like me, fear drives me. Fear is the gas in my engine. I do not allow fear to cause me to be stuck, to be remote. I use it and I propel and push myself forward. The poor thinking person, if they reach to a certain extent and you're trying to get them to move, because of fear, they discontinue their journey, they turn around, they give up. That is a big issue when it comes to fear and dealing with poor people. Okay? Rich people can consistently learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. How many of you out there are already have a friend or someone that thinks that they know it all, and that's not good. In closing, I want to read a quote that my mentor reads, and I think it is very awesome, and this is very timely. An entrepreneur is someone that jumps off a cliff and builds the plane while going down. An entrepreneur is someone that jumps off a cliff and builds the plane while going down. These are two books that I would request that everybody reads. These are very awesome book. Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill. Guide to Investing with the Rich and Poor, Investing that